Hi, dear friends and subscribers. Welcome to your favorite show, Cricket Happenings, with your host Ram. And well, I'm very, very thankful for all the response that you have been given to my show. Thank you very much. And well, today what are we going to look at? Because as you know, Christmas is approaching tomorrow. Today is Christmas Eve, and we are all waiting for the Boxing Day Test matches to begin. One is between India and Australia, which is much awaited. It will be kick-starting the Test series here at the MCG, where Shane Warne's statue has been unveiled outside the MCG. So that's a great honor to a great player, intelligent player, an intelligent person, a person who thinks on his feet, and very sad that he never captained Australia, Shane Warne. So he is one of the wonderful leg spinners, the exponents of leg spin bowling, who would be honored at the MCG. And hope we have a great test match there on the Boxing Day on 26th. The team has been declared. Australia have declared their 11. I'll be discussing about that. And the other Boxing Day test, which would be starting, would be between South Africa and Sri Lanka, the second test match, which is going to be played at Kingsmead. And Kingsmead has not been an happy hunting ground for South Africa. So whether Sri Lanka could do something here to upset the apple cart of South Africa. Now, okay, let's look at the Australia versus India test match. As I said, the Boxing Day test match. The team has been announced. The team consists of so the suspense is over as far as the Australian cricket team is concerned. Ed Cowan, who played well against India and has been scoring very heavily in Australian domestic season, meriting a call into the Australian side, would be partnering David Warner. So we have two left-handed batsmen in the middle there. David Warner and Ed Cowan would be opening the innings. David Warner will get the first time he will be opening in a test match against India, opening against India. So they would be the ones who would be partnering each other in the first test at the MCG on Boxing Day. Sean Marsh, he's coming on some back of some very good batting which he did in the Big Bash League. He really carted runs there, so he's back, which is good for Australia. Ricky Ponting will be the number 2 batsman there. Number 2 would be Ricky Ponting. Michael Clarke, captain, one of those, according to me, Michael Clarke is one of those improving captains, and he has learned a lot under the tutelage of Ricky Ponting. And Michael Clarke has done a wonderful job, and he definitely has already sounded saying that even though they don't, he has said that he would be using all the bowlers like Michael Hussey, Michael Clarke himself, Ricky Ponting. So that says a lot about Michael Clarke. What an innovative captain he is. Michael Hussey will be coming after Michael Clarke. There has been a question mark hanging over Ricky Ponting and Michael Hussey as regarding their form. So it is very essential that Michael Hussey and Ricky Ponting come to the party there for Australia. Brad Haddin has been slowly getting into form, but still is not into real peak form. So he needs to do well. The bowling attack would consist of a lot of youth there. Peter Siddle, who is a very aggressive bowler. James Patterson coming on that 5-wicket haul on debut against New Zealand did very impressively, and he has lots of height, and he would be a real tough customer for India, according to me, because we have seen in the past that any tall bowlers have done very well against India. Like we saw Steve Harmison once, and then off late we have seen Stephen Finn do well against India and England. India and England were in England. And then Ben Hilfenhaus comes back after a long time after the injury. He went in between the Ashes series, so he's back. So that was good news for Australia. He's a man who really swings the ball, and he would be knowing the Australian conditions very well. So that will be a very good battle. And Nathan Lyon, the right arm off spinner, has been had an impressive debut in Sri Lanka with a 5-wicket bag, and he's another good bowler who has a good loop and looks to be a very, very promising off spinner from Australia. So the Australian team has been announced. Mitchell Starc has been made the 12th man, who did well against New Zealand. But well, there's competition up for grabs there. So Mitchell Starc has been given the 12th man duties there. And so this starts at the Boxing Day. Now, what is going to be interesting is there has been a lot of talk saying Mark Taylor has already said whether the Indian batting machine, very aged batting machine like Sachin Tendulkar, Vivius Lakshman, and the other players, whoever they are, I mean, they would be, whether they would be in a position to the Rahul Dravid, whether they will be able to, take the likes of Peter Siddle, James Patterson. Now that is going to be a real question. But as far as me is concerned, I think experience is something which is much greater than that. So I think India should be definitely prepared for this, and that's going to be one hell of a battle here at the MCG. Now, the other news that I would like to cover here is Philander, Vernon Philander. Now, we are going to have the second test match, which is going to start between South Africa and Sri Lanka, Kingsmead, Durban. And Vernon Philander, who did so well and became the first South African to take 4 5-wicket hauls in succession, has injured his knee in practice. So that's not good news for them. And also added to the fact that Kingsmead, Durban has not been a happy hunting ground for South Africa. So it makes it all the more challenging for South Africa. And Tilkathne Dilshan has said that, he has said that it's possible that Dinesh Chandimal might make his test debut. He's a very promising youngster, Dinesh Chandimal. He made a century at Lord's against England, as you remember. So that is going to be interesting. So, but as I said, it is for South Africa to break jinx, as Graham Smith, the South African captain, has really said that. And well, we are looking out for 2 Boxing Day test matches to begin. And some other news that I have to really talk about is that Pakistan are looking at Dave Watmore, who has been successful coach when he was he had taken the reins to actually coach Sri Lanka and Bangladesh in the past, and he has been invited to Pakistan. So I think that would be a great move if Dave Watmore could take the reins as a coach for the Pakistan cricket team, because Pakistan cricket team are already doing well under Misbah ul Haq, the captain. And it would be very interesting to see how Dave Watmore can really coax the Pakistani guys, and also they have Fountain, who's coming in as a fielding coach. So probably the pieces of the puzzle might come together, and Pakistan might be able to put a much improved show and probably even go up in the world rankings, because Dave Watmore is a very well respected as a cricket coach all around the world. There was a time when India was eyeing Dave Watmore, as you remember, and the nod went to Gary Kirsten. Well, dear fans, friends and subscribers, on this great cricket note, and on the eve of Christmas Eve here, Ram wishing you all a very, very Merry Christmas to all those cricket fans and subscribers all over the world who have been subscribing and becoming friends of Cricket Happenings. I would like to end my show for today, but I will be seeing you all tomorrow. Thank you very much.